Well, the trailers are out, the pictures are out, the toys are out, so let's talk about my thoughts. Transformers Age of Extinction is the fourth movie in the current Transformers live action movies, and honestly, I didn't think they'd make it to four. I mean, and in terms of my thoughts about the first three movies, they're fine. I like them. But in the same way Nostalgia Critic likes the Spider-Man trilogy. I mean, they're good, but they're like dumb good movies. And they are enjoyable, although I don't like any of the government human characters. They're annoying as fuck. We don't need you. Why are you doing blah 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 blah? Oh, shut up. So, there's now a fourth movie, and after Dark of the Moon, I thought that was it with the Transformers live action movies because, and spoilers, in Dark of the Moon, Cybertron gets destroyed. They blow up Cybertron. And, well, they kill off, well, apparently they didn't kill all the Decepticons off, and we'll get into that in a bit. And I was like, it's done. There's nothing else. Well, Age of Extinction, it's pulling out some clever things, I'll admit. And, well, also the movie isn't until June. These are just my initial thoughts. Okay, just remember that. The only three returning characters for this is Optimus Prime, duh, Bumblebee, duh, and Ratchet. Yeah, those are the only three. Now, yeah, there's no Sideswipe, no Dino. Oh, who else? I think that's it in terms of, characters from the other movies. I mean, the twins didn't appear in Dark of the Moon, and, well, neither did Jolt, and we all know about all the Autobot deaths. And from what I could tell from the trailers, and this is just a rumor spreading around, Ratchet dies in the movie. I know in, like, the trailers, you see, like, the humans, like, trying to restrain Green Robot, and I assume it's Ratchet. And in, like, the latest trailer, it shows it's Ratchet, and they're probably gonna kill him. I don't know. But Ratchet looks the same from, like, all the other movies. Optimus Prime, yeah, he's this, if you don't know this already, then you kind of live under a rock. Optimus Prime is not the Peterbilt anymore. He's now, well, at first, he goes into hiding. He's like this rusty old truck, flat nose, and then gets upgraded into this Western Star truck, which looks like some sort of truck from the future. And in terms of the robot design for him, I mean, obviously it's a lot different, but it's almost like they fused Movie Prime and like Prime together. I mean, I don't know. And one thing I can especially tell is he doesn't even have the cab windows on his chest. He looks incredibly different. It looks fine, and he's got kind of a night motif going on. It looks fine. It looks okay, I guess. I mean, maybe this will grow on me. Bumblebee, well, he also, goes into hiding and scans a different Camaro. It's all black, and it looks fine, and he then later scans the 2014 Camaro, which, the front section looks kind of weird to me, honestly. The robot mode for Bumblebee, it looks like the movie Bumblebee and the Prime Bumblebee fused together. I mean, his chest looks incredibly flat, but has all this intricate stuff on. It's fine. And now for the other characters. Hound. Hound is going to be in this movie, and he is voiced by none other than John Goodman. Okay. Yeah, Hound, he's like this military truck thing, which looks fine. The robot mode, he looks kind of fat and reminds me of Leadfoot from Dark of the Moon. He's got all these bullets and whatnot, and he's like got a beard. For some reason, I think he should be Bulkhead. I don't know. Bulky proportions, green. Maybe it would have been more fitting for him to be called Bulkhead instead of Hound. I don't know. And then Crosshairs. I really like Crosshairs. He's going to be voiced by John DiMaggio, and I love John DiMaggio. You don't know who he is? He's Bender from Futurama, Jake from Adventure Time. He's a great voice actor. In terms of Crosshairs, one problem that I have with it, he looks a little too much like, he looks a lot like Dark of the Moon Roadbuster. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. Although I like that he has like this trench coat. That it's very unique. I just love that. And I do like the Corvette that he transforms into. Although he was originally supposed to be named Slingshot, although yeah, Slingshot Scenario Bot, and fans didn't like it, and they were like, Michael Bay's like, who else can we have it be? I don't know, they're like looking through Target Masters, I guess, and they just choose Crosshairs, which, sure. And then there's also Drift, who is voiced by, like, this guy, Ken Watanabe. I don't know who he is. Apparently, oh, he's in the new Godzilla movie. He's a doctor. I've never heard of him, but yeah, he's Drift, and the character of Drift in this is essentially the IDW Drift. He goes from, he's an ex-Decepticon, he's a samurai guy, and he loves Japan, and he's this Bugatti, which is like navy blue with like, I think it's got some light blue on it, but yeah, not Drift colors, and I like the robot mode. It's very much like a samurai, and he's even got the samurai helmet. It's cool. I can see it maybe getting repainted into Bludgeon in terms of toys, but we're not here to talk about toys. When we talk about toys, that's when I'm actually going to review them. Okay? Yeah, I do like how Drift looks. He's even got like the layered samurai armor, which is neat. Definitely something cool. I really like that. And there's also Brains. Who's Brains? That annoying little psychic guy who was with Wheelie in Dark of the Moon. And yeah. And oh yeah, another thing I forgot to add, Wheelie's not in this movie either. Don't know why. And the Wreckers, there's been pictures where Leadfoot's like been on the set. It's not confirmed yet whether or not the Wreckers will be in this, but I hope they do. I hope they are in this. Now on to the Dinobots. There's Grimlock. Grimlock, he looks amazing. I've only seen pictures of the robot mode in toy form, but you know, from what I've seen, it's really cool. Definitely a lot more different than I'm used to Grimlock being, but that's progress, I guess. And he looks kind of samurai-ish, like a maybe knight-ish. And the Dino mode, from what I've seen, looks amazing. And Optimus riding Grimlock into battle, it's so awesome. It looks great. And next, I'm reading this off of Wikipedia, by the way. There's Strafe, who is a two-headed, two-tailed pterodactyl, and is the only one of the Dinobots that isn't based off of a, well, real dinosaur. It's like if Swoop and Twin had a baby, from what I can see. And also, spoiler, Swoop there is no Swoop in this. Strafe is as close to Swoop as we're gonna get, and I'm disappointed. And well, from what I can tell, Bumblebee is the one who's gonna ride Strafe. He looks fine. The robot mode in toy form does also look fine. It reminds me of Energon Swoop. Maybe it's because of that toy being blue. That's Strafe. I mean, two-head, it's okay. Probably the least exciting Dinobot in my opinion. Then there's Slug, or Slag. It's Slag. The only reason it's not Slag, not because of copyright reasons, but in the UK, Slag means whore. It's one of those other things that the British have where word means one thing in this country, but it means something completely different. Yeah, Slug. I'm gonna call him Slag, okay? That's what I'm used to him being. He's like this armored, spiky Triceratops, and I do like. I mean, the thing with the Dinobots is spiky. Yeah, the horns that are by his chin, I'm not that big a fan of, but not bad, and I do dig the robot mode. It's very slag-like. And Scorn. Scorn is this Spinosaurus who looks vicious. Very, very vicious. And, yeah, and oddly enough, he's not bigger than Grimlock. Well, I don't know if that's going to be true for the movie, but, well, the toys are anyway. And Scorn does look he does look vicious. The robot mode, again, it's only in toy form. It looks okay. He reminds me of Beast Wars Megatron, especially with the tail, although it's not a claw. Wonder if he's going to be able to remove that, like Beast Wars Megatron have a regular hand and arm. So yeah, he looks fine. I hope that with like with the toys of the Dinobots that the robot mode heads aren't like that in the movie because they don't really look movie-like. Okay, then there's Slash, who is this Velociraptor Dinobot, who again, just like Scorn, looks vicious. Definitely looks like a Velociraptor. I haven't found pictures of the robot mode yet, but I mean, it could be, I assume it would be more focused on, like, claws, since it's a Velociraptor. Maybe that's just me. Then Slog, who is essentially sludge, and the dinosaur, Apatosaurus is the name of the dinosaur. It's basically some sort of Brontosaurus, and it's sludge. And the Dino mode, it's spiky, although it looks a little too vicious for a Brontosaurus, quite frankly. I haven't found pictures of the robot mode yet. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, there's only pictures of the Dino mode, which, what are you gonna do? He looks fine. A little too vicious, probably just because it's a Brontosaurus. Then there's Snarl, who is actually a Triceratops. No, Stegosaurus. And I like all the spikes on him. This is definitely I like the spiky back that he has, and the robot mode, for whatever, I don't know why, but it's reminding me of animated Waspinator. I'm looking at the toy. Maybe it's because the toy is green and he's got purple on his pecs. Oh wait, I found a picture of Slog's robot mode. He looks dumpy, and I hope it looks better in the movie. Ugh. But yeah, that's the Dinobots. Now on to the Decepticons, and well, spoilers, there's only really 4 main Decepticons in this. There's one Galvatron, and this is a big spoiler here. He's voiced by Frank Welker! No, that's not it, but yeah, they didn't get, yeah, Frank Welker instead of come back as Megatron. He's Galvatron now, and Galvatron, it's not what you think it's gonna be. Galvatron is not the upgraded form of Megatron in this movie. It says, Frank Welker voices Galvatron, a human-made Transformer who becomes the Decepticon Overlord. Yeah, apparently in this movie, humans are making Transformers. I assume since they want the Transformers off the planet, since they're like, we don't need you anymore. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, their planet blew up. Honest to God, where else are they gonna go that has, energon and whatnot? I feel sneeze gum. Maybe I'll sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, Galvatron. Yeah, he's a human-made Transformer, and well, that was also kind of spoiled in the latest trailer. And he's the flat-nose semi-truck who I'm disappointed is not going to be Motormaster. Still. And there's Decepticon cars, and yet there's no Stunticons. I assume that after the backlash that Devastator got in Revenge of the Fallen, Michael Bay is not gonna try and do combiners again. But yeah, with Galvatron's design, he reminds me of Prime Megatron. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's all gray and looks very smooth, like Prime Megatron, who in itself looks like movie Megatron. Yeah. And there's also Stinger, who is the Pagani Huria. He's that red sports car that's on the scene that isn't Dino or Mirage, whatever you want to call him. And, well, he's another human-made Transformer who becomes a Decepticon spy and sabotage specialist. I assume for him the humans in the movie are going to base him off of Bumblebee, because from what I can tell, Stinger looks, in robot mode, looks an awful lot like Bumblebee. I'm sure that's what they're going to be doing. And the big guy, Lockdown. And yeah, he's the Lamborghini, and he is still a bounty hunter, and I assume he's the one who brings on, this invasion thing that we're seeing in the trailers. That's probably Lockdown's doing. And Lockdown, I don't like the look of Lockdown. I just don't. They spiked up the Dinobots, but they didn't spike Lockdown up at all. I know, it's different continuity, adaptation, I get that. But at least have one thing that makes a character identifiable, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he's got, like, this human face that's behind this, like, green clear helmet thing, so it looks like he's in mutagen ooze. And also in the trailer, if you couldn't tell, his head, like, transformed into a gun. So he's like Destroyer from GoBots, and he shoots Optimus Prime. It looks too plain. It doesn't look like Lockdown. I mean, Galvatron, I can live with. Hound, I can live with. All the others, but Lockdown, there's nothing telling me that this could be Lockdown. Okay? And the last Decepticon is Junk Heap, who is this garbage truck. And I've only seen pictures of the alt mode. I cannot find a picture of Junk Heap's robot mode. I don't know how it's gonna look. Maybe it'll look like a movie version of animated Wreck-Gar. I don't know. And then there's a bunch of other unknown cars that are in there. They're mysteriously, other than the Wreckers and, well, Leadfoot at least. There's a white Chevy Sonic, who I don't think it's going to be a Transformer. I honestly don't. Who knows, maybe it will. Who it would be, I don't know. There's a bluish-gray Trump Chi E-Jet. I'm reading it off. I don't think that's going to be a Transformer either. I've heard rumors it's going to be Cyclonus. Who knows? Maybe it is. There's a white Camaro who I've heard rumors like Windcharger, Prowl, maybe Tailgate. Maybe that'll be Prowl. Who knows? There's also apparently this thing called Black Rally Fighter cars with a skull logo. I bet you that those are government cars. I doubt they're Transformers. Maybe they're... I don't know. And then it says numerous different colored Chevy Traxes. I bet you Chevy Trax, it's going to be a Viacon. The Chevy Traxes, they'll be Viacons. I'm sure the Chevy Traxes are Viacons. I mean, different colored Chevy Traxes, and for the fact that there's going to be Viacons in this movie, it makes sense. And who knows, maybe the Rally Fighter cars are also going to be Viacons. That's my guess. And in terms of this, and yeah, after talking about the characters, I'm not even going to bother with the human characters because I don't give a shit. In terms of the story for Age of Extinction, humans don't want the Autobots, and, well, Optimus Prime has lost faith in humanity, and I assume that they created Galvatron and Stinger to try to take out the Autobots, and something probably went wrong because, well, Galvatron becomes the Decepticon overlord. They probably become too smart or something like that, something that messes them up. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Age of Extinction. 4th edition of the worst SpongeBob list. Part 1 is going to come out on Monday. Just to let you guys know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people wondering. The deadline is passed for that, and I hope to see you all later. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and bye.